Hello everyone, welcome to another reaction video. Today we're going to be looking at Voiceplay Drunken Sailor. This is one of the sea shanties. If you haven't seen my video of Home Free doing the medley of that's hard to say, sea shanties, especially with the braces and everything, you can check it out up here. That was a fantastic cover. I'm looking forward to what Voiceplay is going to do with this. It has been arranged by Jeff, and all the video was co-produced with Jeff and everything, so I am very much looking forward to this. Voiceplay always does an incredible job on all of their pieces and all of the music that they produce, and especially being theater kids, I'm excited to see what they do with this one. Just as a reminder, this is a reaction and analysis video. I'm going to be trying to break this video down as much as I can and help you guys understand what you're hearing, what I'm hearing, and how we can use it in our singing as well. If you don't like people stopping and talking about what you're hearing all the time, this video is not for you. Feel free to find another video. All right, Drunken Sailor by Voiceplay featuring Jose Rosario Jr. Although I see 6 people here, so I don't know who's going to be singing, who's going to be doing the one thing, but it's going to be interesting. So let's dive in.
When up she rises early in the morning.
Nice. All right, even at the beginning of this, I was interested to see what Voiceplay is going to do with this because they're an acapella group. But then, second of all, Drunken Sailor is a very repetitive song. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. It's a very repetitive medley and answer to that medley. So even with all the different lyrics that comes up with and all the different things that you can do to Drunken Sailor, it's still the same melody. So I'm interested to see what Voiceplay does with this and even how they started out. If you've heard Drunken Sailor before, you've heard it as, what shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? And that's like the whole song. It doesn't really vary off of that as much. Voiceplay is going to take this and do their own style of it, and I'm excited to see what they do with this. I loved how Lane got this beatbox fill, and then you hear this in the background, and that was a little bit audio processed. It wasn't like their full clear voice in that, but let's listen to the beginning again.
When up she rises early in the morning.
I like how way hey up she rises, it ascended, and then all of them kind of split off. Jeff went down and it split up there.
When up she rises.
Hear the melody as it goes up. I believe it's Caesar on top, and then Ellie is singing the melody.
When up she rises early in the morning.
That hey has been a little cut off. So what it sounds like is they took the EQ frequency and just cut off a little bit of the high end and made it a little bit more compressed. Yeah.
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor?
There is a... Or is that just the truck going by?
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor?
What will we do with the drunken sailor?
Early in the morning. When up she rises. When up she rises.
All right, so that's what I was talking about. It's a very repetitive song, and I didn't think Voiceplay would do this in just the normal style. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do? They've already taken off and they've added measures in between. What do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do? And it split it up very well. So it's the same tune you've heard all this time, but they're changing up and doing something different, and it's catching your interest. I love that, and I love how Voiceplay implements this in all of their videos. It's so good. I thought I was hearing a bass note, but I think it's just a truck going by when Caesar came in here. The lighting, oh, I just noticed the lighting.
Early in the morning.
Nice.
What will we do with with a drunken sailor.
All right, so let's talk about lighting here for a second. So they're being lit by key light. They have fog in the background to help illuminate the blue light that's coming down behind them. The blue light is acting as a hair light and a rim light, but I believe there's also a different color light behind them, as in like a different kind of Kelvin, a little bit more of an orangish style.
What would we do with a drunken
A little bit, yeah.
sailor?
What will we do with the drunken sailor?
Early in the morning, waking up, she rises, waking up, she rises. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning, waking up.
All right, so that was the first original like full part that sounded, the first part that sounded like the original. Yeah, man, I just can't stress enough how much Voiceplay is going to change this to fit their own style, but still keep it interesting. So good.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning.
So all the background vocals here are just staying on an and then Jeff does a nice walk down, I believe.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his
Right there.
belly
Yeah,
with a
just a nice
rusty
walk
razor.
down.
Early in the morning.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe bottom. Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe bottom. Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe bottom. Early in the morning.
Put him in the bed with the cap.
All right, they're using so many props here to help tell the story of it. It's so good. So what Voiceplay is doing here in this video, if I'm sure you guys know this about music videos and such, but they're all lip synced. They're not singing and recording the audio at the same time. They've already recorded the audio. That's all been engineered, processed, and stuff. And then now they're singing along with the track, so they're lip syncing, whether they're actually singing out loud or they're just not singing, just using lip sync. The thing that this allows them to do is not so much focus on singing properly and singing, making sure they're like on top of the notes and making sure that they're have the right resonance and everything like that. They can focus on acting, which is incredible because live music people have to be, if you add any acting into it, you have to be so on top of your singing. It's hard enough just to sing and make sure that all of your resonance, your dictation, your emotiveness is on point. But when you're acting, you're doing all these like hand motions and movements, and you have to make sure that you're on top of your singing and have that down. And what this allows them to do, because they're lip syncing, is they don't have to focus on much of musicality of it. They can just focus on portraying the song and acting it out, which is really cool. And I love that they're able to do this. Not saying that they could do this live. They could totally do this live, but I don't think when they do this live, it would, one, sound as good because it's not studio produced. It would still sound incredible, but just the way it's produced, it wouldn't be as tightly knit and everything as it is studio produced. But I love how much action and theater vibes that they put into these songs. It's very, very cool.
Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe bottom. Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe bottom. Stick him in a scupper with a hose pipe bottom. Early in the morning.
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Early in the morning.
Woohoo! All right, he did that first drop down, and I was like, wow. And then he just kept taking it lower.
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the
All right, so that first one, put him in the bed with the captain's daughter, put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. That's the original. And then he drops the octave rather than going back up. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter, put him in the bed with the captain's daughter, put him in the, he goes down. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter, and then goes down. I'm not sure what note he hits, but it is sub, I believe.
bed with the captain's daughter. Early in the morning.
like how each of them came in on that ha at the end right there. Ha ha. Kind of goes up like that. Love that.
Souls aboard, old salts are we. We've raised the sails for open sea.
Grind deep, we hold our keep, no matter sink or swim. Believe me, lads, the scallywag is preaching to the wind.
I'm gonna carve his heart out.
Oh, okay. Ellie is so good at this. Now you can see a little bit of what I'm talking about with the lip syncing. I haven't heard Jose Rosario before. I don't think I have. But if you watch his mouth and listen, it's not quite on, which means it's lip synced. Totally fine. That's how professional music videos are all done.
Souls aboard, old
Right here.
salts are we. We've raised the sails.
It's just not quite on lip synced yet, which is hard. Like I've done a couple music videos like that, and it is hard to lip sync and get it to look like you're actually singing, because yeah, it's difficult to get it the exact same. So usually there's some fumble, some, you know, you didn't say the word exactly at the same point in time in the song. But that's how all professional music videos are done. And then usually if you watch behind the scenes, they'll have a metronome playing as well. That way the singers don't just have to listen for their part or try to listen to the voices. They can hear the actual beat and where it's happening, which is very, very smart.
Sails for open sea.
Grind deep, we hold our keep, no matter sink or swim. Believe me, lads, the scallywag is preaching to the wind.
I'm gonna carve his heart out.
And we should make him listen to Voiceplay while we do it.
You are a monster.
That's what we do with.
That was good. All right, Ellie's high note here, it's not as gritty as some of his other ones. If you listen to Valhalla Calling, he does a very kind of gritty sound in that one. And this one, it's very clean. It's very forward placed, and there's no vibrato. He keeps it very straight and then moves up as well.
Wag is preaching to the wind.
I'm gonna carve his heart out.
Oh, okay. I'll talk about Jeff here in a second. If you listen to Ellie when he goes up that high, listen how he uses the w in wind to get that high. You can hear him, how he kind of goes, wind. He'll use that W to make that jump up.
Wag is preaching to the wind.
I'm gonna carve his heart out.
And we should make him listen to Voiceplay while we do it.
You are a monster.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a
Nice tempo
drunken
change.
sailor.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor. Lie in the morning.
Oh, they changed the chord.
Sailor, lie in the morning.
They brought it up from minor to major. Okay, I want to talk about this. I was watching Charles Cornell a little while ago, and one of the things, one of his videos, he was talking about, there's two ways to satisfy somebody with a song. One is doing what they want. So if I'm singing a song, a great way to talk about this is a suspension. So if I go, dun, 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 you want me to go down. And the way that that satisfies you is because it's a suspension. When it happens, you're like, ah, yes, it happened. So that is a typical way of satisfying somebody. The second way you can satisfy somebody is by doing something they were not expecting, which a lot of Voiceplay does this all the time. So if you listen here to the song, it starts out with in the minor key, in the minor chord, they raise it to the major.
Sailor, lie in the morning.
They raise it to that major. So that's another way of satisfying want and satisfying you with a song, is they did something we're expecting, but it works. And that's what Voiceplay does all the time. Jeff does this all the time in his videos as well. But they'll do something you're not expecting, but it works. Whether that is a key change, whether that is a switch from minor to major, which they do a lot. It is so cool because you're not expecting it, but it fulfills you and satisfies you, which is really cool. So shout out to Charles Cornell. His videos are really, really good. I love watching his stuff and how he breaks down music. And this is one of those things where you're not expecting it, but when it happens, you love it.
Do with a drunken sailor.
Also, I want to talk about the tempo change here.
Sink or swim, believe me, lads, the
bum to the bum to the bum to the bum to the bum. That's kind of our beat now.
Alleyway, you're streaking to the wind.
I'm gonna carve his heart out.
And then we have a stop.
And we should make them listen to Voiceplay while we do it.
You are a monster.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor.
Our tempo has changed, slowed down a lot. And that's something I noticed at the very beginning of the video. They did that as well. It was a very subtle tempo change, but it changed.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor.
That's what we do with
Unison.
drunken sailor. Lie in the morning.
Key change.
She rises, way and up she rises, way and up she rises, early in the morning.
Up she rises.
Okay, I love how Jeff says, up she rises, and he goes down. That's fantastic. When you listen to Ellie's belt here, it's not purely in chest. I believe it's some kind of mix, but also it's a little bit more of that raspy rock sound. And I love it when he does this. It's so cool.
In the morning.
That may be higher. I believe it's higher than the note he hit earlier, but he didn't hit it as cleanly, which is fine because he has the ability to do both, and that is so cool.
Up she rises.
Up she rises. Oh, they're just vibing here. All right, I love, if you listen to the background, way, way. It's after this. Oh, they're on whoa, sorry, my bad. Whoa, whoa. That's fantastic.
I tells him, I'm like,
Hey! I'm not
it's not over.
drunk. I'm just tired because you simpletons been singing all night.
Well, these harmonies aren't going to rehearse themselves, are they?
Piss off!
way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
Once again.
Way up she rises.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching our ridiculous
they
version
got some
of Drunken
behind the
Sailor.
scenes.
If you enjoyed the video and you'd like to check out the behind the scenes or listen to the karaoke version of the song or just be a
Oh, he's
part of an
programming
amazing
lights.
community of like-minded Aka folks, head on over to Patreon and sign up today for all of the Voiceplay goodies you could ever hope for. The link is on the screen right now.
Nice.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next
Steady
one.
cam. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Voiceplay is just so good at everything they do. I'd love to see the behind the scenes of that. I'm going to talk about this last section that they did here. I'm going to listen to it again, and then we'll talk about what they're doing and the different things that I can pick out.
Up she rises.
All right, Ellie's doing it cool. In the morning, dun 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 dun.
Up she rises.
Right there. And da 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 da. I'm hearing in the left ear. It sounds like Ellie again. Up she rises, way up she rises. That's so cool. That's so cool. This is so cool. Voiceplay does such a good job at, I feel like I say this all the time about Voiceplay, but they do such a good job of taking a song that you've heard all the time, doing something new with it, and piquing your interest with it. And as a musician and a content creator, that is so encouraging to see and inspires me to make videos that are interesting all the way to the end, make you want to watch stuff and that satisfy the listener. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed checking out Drunken Sailor by Voiceplay. And you also let me know if Jose Rosario Jr. is in any of their other videos. I don't believe so. I don't think I've reacted to anything that he's in. If you guys have any suggestions of songs I should react to next, I will indeed check them out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Remember, you gotta keep smiling. See y'all.